Hey guys, Cam's Garage. So this is going to be a two-part video just because everything took so long to do. But I had an issue with the cap for the radiator and the Cougar, and so we ended up taking the radiator out. I had a replacement aluminum one. I was going to put that in anyway, so it just kind of gave me an excuse to do it. When we took it apart, took the hoses off the water pump. Hoses were all full of crud, and the thermostat bypass was like almost plugged completely solid. So I already got a brand new thermostat for it. I was started with 180, and then I changed my mind and went to 160. We put the coolant temp sensor in for the fan, the electric fan, and then I ended up finding this online to run my coolant temp sensor, because the actual coolant temp sensor down in there, which you can't hardly see, is not big enough to fit. So anyway, the SD card I was recording on was corrupt, and so I lost the first half of disassembly. But basically I took the water pump off, pressure washed down inside the block, cleaned everything out, took the thermostat off, pressure washed down inside the block again, and it was pretty bad. So I ordered a water pump for it, and in the process I noticed after I pressure washed this entire area, there's a whole bunch of orange silicone here. So I figured we'll just redo all that. Pulled the pulleys off, pulled the balancer, found the balancer had rubber coming out of it, so we replaced that. And yeah, some interesting stuff that we found in there as well. The crank had some scoring on it from somebody trying to turn it with a pipe wrench or whatever, so dress that up, and this will be disassembly and cleaning of the front end. Enjoy. Put a temperature probe for the fan in right here. I got a new thermostat and new housing. We're going to put the probe right here in the new housing, and I'm going to pull that dummy sensor out back there and put an actual coolant temp probe in there, so I know what this thing's doing for temperature, because not knowing that is kind of scary. Also, I have a set of gauges. These are leftovers from the Mustang build. We ended up not using these, so we're going to throw these in. I mean, these are going to be permanent for the time being, but I just wanted to get something in so I know what my temperatures are and pressures and all that. Alright, well, I think we're going to end up replacing this pump because it's got a bunch of shenanigans down in there. This wound up getting blasted pretty clean, but there's a whole bunch of silicone and nasty schmeck in there, so we're just gonna replace that. Hoses are brand new for all of that stuff. I have a brand new thermostat. Wow, that actually like peeled right off. Let's see. So we flushed this, got a whole bunch of nastiness out, but when I pull that water pump off, we're gonna flush it again just to make sure that it's good to go. So this is where we're continuing with the tear down slash clean slash rebuild part of this. I had found that the SD card was corrupt, and anyway, we're carrying on. what I'm doing here is marking where all the bolts go. I just took a piece of cardboard and was punching out holes as I took bolts out, so I knew where everything went, because I'm 10-second Tom and can't remember where bolts go. So this is just a super easy way for me to remember where all that went. I ripped the front cover off the water pump box and use that to put stuff on there. And so right now I'm just marking the location of everything so I can remember where it went, just in case this went more than a day or so. So anyway, that's what we're doing here, and we'll just carry on with cleaning and getting this thing ready to put back together. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say, thanks for watching this, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm a small time guy and big dreams and aspirations, but you know, we're working our way up to the top. So thanks again. So this is me dressing the crank snout where all the teeth marks were from the pipe wrench or whatever it was they used. This file ended up being a little too big, so I used a smaller file. Just everything dressed up real nice, and we just carried on. Okay, we're gonna put the buffer. We're gonna buff that. Alright, so we brought out a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm running out of space. This is that piece I was telling you about, an extension, and it's dual port. So while this is out and open where I can get to it, I'm going to put that fitting in there. You know what I forgot was a wire brush. But I guess that's just gonna have to work for now. Okay. I'm gonna reapply this thread sealant. And put this stuff on. Maybe I'm not. What happened there? Oh, got a little plug at the end of it. Interesting. Oh, Okay. Put the excess on here. Just a good coating of that stuff on there. This gonna go at the end of it and probably rub right through one of my power steering hoses because that's a good place for it. See, the switch ain't even working. Looks like we're gonna have just enough to hook that back up. That's pretty cool. Need to get some more of these rags, start stuffing them in these holes to try to wick up some of this moisture so it doesn't drain down anymore. So, hopefully that'll work for our front timing cover. Alright, well, this is still draining water out. I don't know if it's going to stop or not, but we're going to let that kind of wick up, and this one's doing the same thing. You know, while I'm thinking about it, the water temp sensor is this little guy right back in here, fingers pointing to it. We're gonna see if we can't get a 1/2-inch wrench on it and take that off. Oh, it's a 1/2 inch, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna try 12 point. If not, we'll maybe put a 6-point socket on it, I'm guessing, maybe. Dang it. I don't know that I'm gonna get any rotation out of it. Oh, scratching the chrome. It moved a little. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and put this here ratcheting device on it. How does this block still have so much liquid in it? Maybe I've done enough to where it ain't gonna come out anymore. And I can clean and buff things nicely. I mean, as soon as I touch those holes with the buffer, it's gonna spray stuff everywhere. I know that already, but that's just kind of how that goes. Let's give that a shot. Buffer. Definitely the part I hate about cooling systems. The smell of that stuff is horrible. See if we can't get this scraper in here to knock all this junk free. Man, they glued those in tight, didn't they? There's just silicone everywhere. And that right there is weather strip adhesive. They put weather strip adhesive on these corks to try to hold it in place. Interesting. Can't say as I blame them. It works really good, but so, after talking it over, I'm not doing a pan gasket on this. I have one, a Felpro, one of the blue ones. I'm not gonna do it because you gotta like take the whole engine out or lift this up a whole bunch, or do a bunch of crazy shenanigans like that. We are not gonna do that. So I'm going to use this Felpro kit and just stick that back together. And I'm going to prep all these surfaces first. Prep the cover, prep the water pump surface, might as well prep the fuel pump surface and the fuel pump, and then we'll just slap all of it together. At least that's how it's gonna work in my head. And we'll see how far we get with this tonight before it gets too awful dark. That the seal is in here. Oh, I was wrong. It is in here. That seal right here. Man, it is glued in. Well, somebody did it halfway decent. They just put way too much silicone on it. or didn't clean up after themselves. Anyway, it's all on the inside of this oil pan here. I'm gonna see if I can't maybe keep that from going inside. Oh, I just fell right into the coolant. Great. Going to take this rag, spray some brake cleaner on it, and we're going to wipe all those surfaces. Really should be wearing my gloves for this, but I'm not. About as clean as that's gonna get. Let's go ahead and try to clean this cover up. Cool. Need a razor blade. This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's not cleaning up real nice and easy. I don't know that my buffer's got enough juice to take all this off. That's why I'm not really hitting it with that. Like, I mean, it's about dead. And I don't know if I have another battery here. I wonder if I can make this do it. I'm going to take the silicone off, but that's supposed to go off with the gasket anyway. Yeah, let's just make a mess. Let's not do that. Alright. Let's see what the buffer does. Oh yeah, battery's dying. You would think I'd have batteries charged up and ready to go for this thing, but I guess I don't. Let's see. Gotta go see if I got more batteries. Alright, we got 2 batteries, and I highly doubt there's any juice in them, but I brought a razor blade. Well, that one says it's full, but we're going to hit it with the razor blade first anyway. Alright, we're going to try to clean most of this with this razor blade first. Maybe. Oh, somebody really stuck that on there good. I tell you what. Oh, I think that's weather strip adhesive. All this stuff right here that's under the gasket is weather strip adhesive. I think somebody glued that thing into place. Like, glued it. Which is great because it holds it, but God, taking it back off and cleaning it sucks. They got a little carried away with the silicone. Or a lot carried away with the silicone, however you want to look at it. This is where that carbide scraper is going to come in handy, I think. Or the buffer. Either way. You know. Cleaning the rest of this stuff up. Probably the buffer. We're going to try to get as much of this as we can. I need to go get that wire brush too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get the wire brush. And the other brush to clean all this shenanigans out of here. I wonder how stuck this is, the half of the gasket. Oh, it's stuck. Alright, so we are going to, if the battery holds out, buff this off, get it cleaned, clean all this corrosion out of here, use my mallet, knock that out, get the new one, get the new one driven in. Have this super high-tech stuff. We're going to put this seal in with it. And then we'll do super light coat of gray silicone here, stick the gasket to it, light coat on the back side, and then that can get put on, and then we will prep the water pump to get all that stuff put on as well. So let's get you set up for whatever. We're gonna buff this. I don't know if I brought another battery or not. Crap, because his battery said it was full. So all that, oh, I need to buff that real quick before this battery dies on me. So, see all these pits in here? This is really the reason why we're using a skim coat of silicone. It's the same on this other side. We're gonna hit this with a wire brush on the drill right now. I'm also gonna clean all of this really good. Oh, I need to buff that real quick too. Whoops, missed another one. Anyway. I'm gonna buff this real quick again, but we're gonna clean this front side with a stiff bristle brush. It's amazing. It's a dead battery, and then all of a sudden it starts working real good. I don't get it. So. Hit this with a razor blade real quick just to clean this off, because we gotta redo this. Trying to get most of this off of here, just so I can hit it with the buffer real quick, real good. Ooh, it smells like gas. That's what I was smelling. It was dripping out of the bottom of that. That's got some of that race gas in there. I can smell it. That is some potent stuff. I mean, it smells delicious, but... Okay, well, we're gonna have to wash that out with some brake cleaner, carb cleaner or something, but we're just gonna... Oh, there's still fuel in this fuel pump. Oh my gosh. Nothing to see here, just spraying fuel all over everything. Alright, I'm going to That's all cleaned up. That is all cleaned up. I remember I hit that with brake clean and rag. Need to clean these out. Knock that seal out of there. If that'll work. Some of this excess use of silicone off of here. I would guess I had a little bit of a front crank seal leak. I'm sure it had absolutely nothing to do with everything else that's going on with this thing. These cars just leak. That's what happens. Honestly, I can't complain. They did a pretty great job about how they installed the seals and used weather strip adhesive and that kind of stuff to try to keep everything in. So I can't really dog them on that. But they did get a little carried away with the silicone. So I gotta ding you a point for that there. Big old snot bubble of silicone in this hole here. See? That seal looks gross. Let's get all this stuff cleaned up real quick. So that new seal can sit down in there. Take this down to the ground level, mallet that seal out. So, is this the right way to do it? Absolutely not. Is it gonna work? Should. At least I hope it does anyway. There it went. Perfect. Just like that. Now we can clean in here and in here and clean all this yucky stuff up. Get it ready to go back in. So this seal, we're hoping, oh yeah, just like a glove. Perfect. Speaking of gloves, we are going to glove up because brake clean's pretty gnarly. I don't really want it on my skin. Same with a little gas, but brake clean's pretty aggressive. This stuff's stuck in here pretty good. It is pretty old oil stuff. Wow, that's thick. Real thick. Just gross in there. Guess we're going at it the old manual way. I wonder what some carb cleaner would do to that. I know what it does with gloves. Let's see what it does to this. Yep, and it's doing stuff to the gloves, that's for sure. Starting to burn a little bit. That had a bit of a coolant leak. Go figure. Now then. Wipe inside of this cover down real good. And the bottom side. Okay. So as you can see, front cover's all put back together, everything's fine and it runs. So hope you enjoy part one, that is disassembly and cleaning of the front cover. I know a lot of you guys watch my videos, but if you like it, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I don't really like asking that, but you know, if you guys get a wild hair, do it. It'll help promote my content. Not that I'm anybody big or anything, but you know, just a little guy trying to make my way out here. So thanks again, guys.